First up, prepare to be mesmerized as Cassi Namoda unveils her breathtaking collection, Night Always Returns, at 303 Gallery in NYC. This isn't just art, it's an immersive journey into memory, myth, and the deep, soulful textures of the night, painting a world where the boundaries between human and ancestral realms dissolve. Then, we're shifting gears dramatically to tackle a major global controversy: Washington's controversial projection of its drug problem onto Latin America, with Venezuela at the center of a heated debate over the narco-state myth used to justify imperial ambition. This is a deep dive you won't want to miss. Next, we're cutting through the noise of financial jargon to debunk 10 common investment myths that could be costing you big time in retirement. Are you making these mistakes? We'll break down what you need to know to secure your financial future and retire with confidence. And finally, we're busting a sleep myth that's been around forever. Is that 1 hour before midnight is worth 2 thing actually true? Dr. Luke Barr and Dr. Maria Noble are here to reveal the surprising truth and give you practical tips to finally nail your sleep schedule. Stick around, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Cassi Namoda's nocturnal masterpiece unveiled. Step into the captivating world of Cassi Namoda's Night Always Returns, now on display at 303 Gallery in New York City. Namoda, renowned for her cinematic narrative paintings, transforms the gallery space into an immersive exploration of night, weaving together memory, myth, and lived history into a singular, flowing experience. The exhibition eschews traditional viewing, instead presenting works that function as chapters of an epic tale, unified by recurring characters and a pulsating rhythm of color and mood, from deep blues to fiery reds. Viewers are invited into a nocturnal continuum where the lines between human, animal, and ancestral spirits blur, creating an environment that feels both deeply personal and universally allegorical. Namoda's distinctive palette, balancing luminous skin tones against richly textured landscapes, draws inspiration from modernist masters, but firmly grounds its narrative in an African context. Pieces like Moon Path, Shell Collector, and Octopus in Nakala offer surreal yet tangible encounters with the mysteries of the night sea. Another striking work, The Existential Break of Maria's Self-Destruction, presents a powerful duality. A silhouetted figure in a coffin-like tub alongside a wounded antelope, a potent metaphor for interconnected colonial and ecological struggles. The accompanying video work, Ammon, adds another layer, grounding these dreamscapes in the tangible reality and memory of Quelimane, her mother's birthplace. The exhibition resonates with Namoda's unique ability to imbue the night with profound significance, making it both a mythic canvas and a deeply personal space. Her figures teeter on the edge of revelation, existing in a liminal state between dream and documentation, constantly reminding us of continuity and return. Art enthusiasts and critics are buzzing about Namoda's powerful evocation of the night's enduring presence. Don't go anywhere, because the shadows of the night are nothing compared to the political storm brewing in our next story. We're heading south to uncover how a drug problem is being used as a weapon. Venezuela, the narco-state myth exposed. Is the U.S. truly fighting drugs, or is it using the narco-state narrative as a smokescreen for geopolitical ambitions? This report delves into Washington's controversial strategy of projecting its own massive drug problem onto Latin America, with Venezuela facing intense scrutiny. Since Hugo Chávez's rise and the dawn of the Bolivarian Revolution, the U.S. has employed a bipartisan strategy of sanctions and military pressure, aiming for regime change. Despite claims of Venezuela being an extraordinary threat, leaders like Nicolás Maduro argue the real motive is control over Venezuela's vast oil reserves. Maduro firmly denies claims of drug production, citing UN and EU reports, and even Trump's own security agencies have reportedly cleared him of cartel ties. The article highlights the irony, pointing to the DEA's expulsion from Venezuela for espionage and its alleged secret drug trafficking cases built in violation of international law. Vice President Delcy Rodriguez further questions the DEA's own connections, citing investigations into agents' involvement with cartels in Colombia and the quiet removal of its Mexico chief. This raises serious questions about the effectiveness and integrity of U.S. drug interdiction efforts, especially when drug trafficking profits reportedly remain within the U.S. banking system, suggesting narcotics are a major U.S. industry. Experts like Pino Arlacchi, former head of the UN Office on Drugs and Crime, have praised Venezuela's cooperation in fighting drug trafficking, calling U.S. accusations geopolitically motivated slander. The narrative is shifting, with Latin American leaders like Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum pointing to U.S. gun shops fueling cartel violence and urging Washington to address its own drug demand and lax enforcement. The message from the region is clear. Blaming Latin America alone is misleading. The U.S.'s role as a major consumer and its history of interventionism are critical factors. Washington's current policies are increasingly seen not as drug interdiction, but as a cover for military domination and regime change offensives. Now that we've uncovered a global conspiracy, let's bring it back home and talk about securing your future. Get ready to protect your hard-earned money. Retirement riches, busting 10 investment myths. Are your retirement dreams being sabotaged by common financial misconceptions? A staggering 67% of U.S. adults have assets designated for retirement income, with most relying on tax-preferred accounts like 401(k), S, and IRAs. Yet, the pursuit of gains is often clouded by half-truths that could cost you dearly. This deep dive exposes 10 pervasive investment myths that could derail your retirement plans. Forget the idea that investing is only for the wealthy or that you need a huge lump sum to start. Modern tools like index funds and fractional shares make it accessible to everyone. The myth of timing the market is debunked, with experts emphasizing that consistent participation and time in the market are far more crucial than trying to predict peaks and troughs. Similarly, hoarding cash, often seen as safe, can be a silent wealth killer due to inflation, with average returns barely keeping pace with rising prices. Even bonds, typically viewed as less risky than stocks, carry their own set of risks, especially when interest rates fluctuate. The comparison of investing to gambling is a dangerous fallacy. Unlike casinos, informed investing, especially in diversified, revenue-generating companies, is not a zero-sum game. Real wealth is built on long-term fundamentals, not short-term speculation. Furthermore, market declines are often temporary for long-term investors. Locking in losses only happens when you sell. Focusing on personal financial goals rather than fleeting market highs is key to disciplined investing. The idea of waiting for a perfect moment to invest is also a myth, as consistency and patience are far more reliable strategies. Chasing past performance is another trap. A Morningstar study revealed that top-rated funds often regress to the mean. Real estate, while a valuable asset, isn't a guaranteed winner and carries risks, especially with leverage. Finally, while money isn't the only asterisk component of a happy retirement, adequate savings, diversified income streams, and a fulfilling lifestyle plan are crucial. The key takeaway: ground your strategy in reasonable expectations, long-term discipline, and a clear understanding of these common myths to build lasting wealth and true retirement happiness. Speaking of long-term well-being, are you getting enough rest? We're about to uncover a surprising truth about your sleep schedule. Sleep secret: the myth of midnight sleep. Ever heard that 1 hour of sleep before 12 a.m. is worth 2 after? It's a common piece of advice, often passed down through generations, but according to sleep experts Dr. Luke Barr and Dr. Maria Noble, it's time to call it what it is: a myth. While there's a kernel of truth suggesting early sleep might align with circadian rhythms, there's no scientific basis for this double value claim. The real heroes of sleep are quality and total duration, not the clock time you fall asleep. This pervasive myth likely stems from traditional wisdom emphasizing early to bed, early to rise, and the fact that deeper stages of sleep, like REM, tend to occur more in the earlier parts of the night. However, as Dr. Noble explains, the body doesn't measure sleep value by the clock. The deep sleep process happens regardless of whether you start at 9 p.m. or 1 a.m. The crucial factor is consistency. Maintaining a regular sleep-wake cycle, aligning with your natural chronotype, is far more important for regulating your body clock and hormones than hitting an arbitrary midnight deadline. Forcing an unnatural schedule can actually be counterproductive. So, what's the secret to truly restorative sleep? It's about regularity. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day helps keep your circadian rhythm in sync, ensuring sustained energy and natural sleepiness. If you've had a late night, the best strategy is to wake up at your usual time to avoid disrupting your body clock. To gradually shift your sleep schedule, try moving your bedtime by just 15 minutes every few nights, getting morning sunlight exposure, and limiting screen time before bed. Establishing a calming bedtime routine with activities like reading or meditation can also signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Experts agree that while duration matters, sleep regularity is paramount for feeling refreshed. The takeaway? Forget the midnight deadline. Focus on consistency, duration, and quality to optimize your sleep health. Public reaction online shows widespread surprise at this debunked myth, with many sharing their own ingrained beliefs. And that's a wrap on today's mind-blowing updates. But don't go anywhere, we've got a lightning round recap coming right up. Wow, what a ride! We saw Cassi Namoda's Night Always Returns mesmerize at 303 Gallery, exposed the controversial narco-state myth weaponized against Venezuela, debunked 10 crucial investment myths costing people their retirement, and revealed the surprising truth behind the midnight sleep myth. You've got the intel, now it's time to act. Hit that like button if you learned something new, subscribe to Trendix for more essential updates, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat. Share this video with your friends and family, and let us know in the comments which story blew your mind the most. Follow us on all social platforms for even more exclusive content. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and stay Trendix.